Hey guys, how's it going? Today is a big testosterone update. I'm 6 months on T today, and I'm really proud of myself for coming this far. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. But here we are, 6 months. It's real. And I'm going to tell you what's going on with this body right now. A lot is, I'll tell you that. So, obvious one right now is that my voice has been dropping a lot in the past 6 months, especially recently. Part of it probably has to do with the fact that I've finally been kind of on a regular dose, steady dose of tea. Since that interruption, it's finally coming back. This is actually not even as deep as it gets, but it fluctuates a lot still. I would say, well, now that my dose is getting higher and potentially more frequent, I'm at 0.5 cc, I expect that it will get deeper, and as we keep going on in my transition, I'm only 6 months in, but all the men in my family have really deep voices on both sides. It's just how it is, so I expect that it will get even deeper, which I'm really excited about. My hair hasn't really changed. The salt and pepper has come in a little bit more. I don't feel like it's any coarser, any softer, anything like that. I mean, in terms of receding or anything, I don't have an issue with that. That's just how my hair's been cut, and I have a naturally large forehead. My eyebrows filled in a lot. I know they still look thin, and they are, relatively, but they were missing a lot of hair from all that waxing and overplucking. My face has stuff on it right now. It has my beard oil, so it's not that my face is this oily, but I have been going through periods where it's gotten really oily, then it gets more dry. I don't really know what is going on with it. I've never had so many changes in my skin ever. For the first time ever, a couple weeks ago, well, maybe even more of a month ago or two now, I've started to have some acne on my face, which has been pissing me off. I'm working with an awesome dermatologist who's super trans-friendly to try and get that under control. It gets a little better, and then it gets a little worse. Today is actually a pretty good day. We'll see. I'm about to start a new regimen because I just saw her today. My mood has been fluctuating a lot, in part because my levels, but also just have so much going on in my life, so sometimes it's hard to tell. I do notice that I tend to get a little cranky on the day that I take my shot. It's funny because shot days are actually really exciting days for me, so I start out in a great mood, and then eventually I end up a little cranky, but then I'm in a much better mood when I wake up day 2. So today's day 2, and I woke up in a better mood. But overall, I would say that now that I'm starting to get more leveled, or my body's doing weird things, that my mood has gotten much better. I'm definitely slightly more confident, despite all of the issues with certain dysphoria and all of that. I would say, though, that I'm a little bit more confident, just overall more comfortable in my skin and my being. I feel more clear-headed and more level. I'm still emotional, but it's a little bit more reserved, and certain emotions are kind of closed down. I used to cry at commercials all the time, and now I don't, which is kind of nice. Having nothing to do with anybody judging me, I really don't care. I openly admit that I would weep at commercials. That's not the issue. The issue for me is just, I get really dehydrated, honestly, crying all the time, and with my head condition, it's just not a great situation to be in. And it's just kind of nice to not have to deal with all that muscle. So obviously, if you've been following along, I had top surgery on July 26th. I definitely have experienced a lot of atrophy. I've gained fat. My muscles look like crap. They're all sleeping. I honestly wonder if they're even there. I've definitely gotten, fattier. The only thing that seems to be remotely still existent is my shoulders, which is probably because I just, everything I was doing pretty much was would somehow touch my shoulders. So, but I think this weekend or next week, definitely after I move the 27th, I'm going to be in a spot for a couple weeks where I'm going to have gym equipment. I'm going to have a gym. So I can't do any lifting or anything like that. I still am restricted to 5 pounds, but I can do the recumbent bike, so hopefully I'll start losing some of this fat and maybe get some definition. I'm trying to cut down. It's really hard. Body hair. So facial hair is everywhere. It's really hard to see in this light, but you can you see that shadow underneath. It's like that's all dark hairs. But I'm starting to have, this is all blonde, but like longer hairs down here. It's starting to spread out over here. The sides of my face, there's hair all here, but it's like 99% blonde. I am starting to get some sporadic dark brown hairs like under my chin. This is after, well, as I said, it's hard to tell, but I do have actually a lot of hair under here right now. After not shaving since like the day before my surgery, I got shaved. Hair under my mustache, My mustache grows in dark brown, so that's where that shadow's coming from. I have all this hair, blonde, but it's getting slightly darker. All my arms goes all the way up here. My legs are, see, I don't think you are going to be able to see from, it's too dark and everything, but my legs have hair on them. It's patchy, but it's getting thicker, longer, spreading out more around the sides, starting to get lower towards my ankles, so it is filling in. In particular light, I can see that I have basically from, I would say, here down to the bottom of my stomach, I have blonde hair. Like, all down there, short blonde hairs. We'll see what happens with that. I think it's just going to take more time. But, yeah, those are all my body updates. Did I miss anything? Oh, bottom growth. Yeah, so I have had growth over the past 6 months. It was growing a lot more with the gel. That's typical. The gel, from what I hear, does more bottom growth. The injections tend to do more facial hair growth. I have had a little bit. It's nothing like, woo, amazing, but, it is what it is. Oh, yeah, also my voice has been cracking a lot lately, which it wasn't doing. Now it cracks all the time. So I definitely think I'm in for a pretty big voice drop soon. Yeah, that is it, I think. I always feel like I forget something, but I think that's pretty much it. So, yeah, 6 months on T, really stoked to see what happens in the next 6 months. I'm hoping for some major changes. I really want to see all my body hair get dark. I think that would just make the world of difference for me, and I want to have a beard, and I want my voice to get deeper, and I want to get back to the gym and get more muscle and lose fat. Oh, my face. The shape of my face has changed. Obviously, bone doesn't change, and it's kind of, as I said, I've gained fat, so it's harder to tell when I have less fat. My face has definitely overall become more angular, more square, and filled in. But when it's thin, I have actually pretty good bone structure going on there. So, yeah, that is definitely everything. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you at the next update. Check you later.